The plot thickens for the anti-transgender, anti-LGBT law in North Carolina, where the state has opted to sue the federal government, and the federal government has opted to sue the state of North Carolina. Now, the latest in this story involves the governor of North Carolina refusing to listen to any of the warnings or threats made by the federal government in North Carolina breaking civil rights laws federally. Well, not only is he remaining defiant in the law, he is deciding to go ahead, do these press conferences where he is not going to back down. He's going to double down. And as a result, the feds have decided, all right, well, then we're going to sue you right back. Now, he says that the Justice Department going after the state is baseless and blatant overreach. Also, North Carolina's governor and the state secretary of public safety sued Gupta, who's part of the federal government, as well as U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch for their radical interpretation or reinterpretation of federal civil rights laws in federal district court in North Carolina. And in terms of his press conference, here's what he had to say.
Now, just 5 days ago, the U.S. Department of Justice sent letters to my office, the Department of Public Safety, which reports to this governor, and to the university system, suggesting that having government employees use the bathroom, locker room, or shower facility that corresponds to their biological sex is in conflict with federal policy. That is why this morning I have asked a federal court to clarify what the law actually is. Now, I anticipate our own legislature, other private sector entities from throughout the United States, and possibly other states to join us in seeking this clarification. Because this is not just a North Carolina issue. This is now a national issue, and an issue which imposes new law on every private sector employer throughout the United States of America with over 15 employees. We believe a court, rather than a federal agency, should tell our state, our nation, and employers across the country what the law requires.
So this is the problem with the Republican Party. They got to keep going further right to appease their base. Otherwise, they're going to get primaried. They're going to lose in a state like North Carolina. But they're on the wrong side of history. So that's the upside for us. I mean, people look back at press conferences like this and think of George Wallace and other people who fought civil rights. And is there a chance that, name number of years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years from now, that people go, oh, no, we were wrong to give people more liberty. No, we should start peeling it back. No, empirically, the people who discriminated were more correct. That's fairly unlikely, to say the least. That is not where the tide of history is going. So I like, this guy's like, oh, it's a radical reinterpretation of civil rights. Now we got to give transgender people civil rights?
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, the same things they used to say about black people. Now we're going to treat black people equally? And in states like North Carolina. Then it was gay people, now it's transgender people. Yes! Yes, I don't know why it's so hard for you to understand. You have to treat everyone equally. It's called America. I know you hate it. That's part of the reason why the South rebelled against America.
Yep.
But that's the reality. So sad day for you.
So he's playing dumb and making it seem as though federal law doesn't protect LGBT individuals, particularly trans individuals, right? Which isn't true. The reason why the federal government is going after you is because you are breaking federal civil rights laws. But also at the same time, understand what North Carolina's law is. Not only did it interpret bathroom laws as only allowing transgender people to use the bathrooms that their birth certificate indicates, right? But they're also making sure that certain municipalities don't pass laws that protect transgender individuals in the state. So let's say you're a city in North Carolina and you decide, all right, well, on a state level, we don't have these protections, but we want to be better. We want to be more progressive with our laws to protect these people. So we're going to pass a law that does just that. North Carolina has essentially said, no. State law supersedes any type of municipal law that you guys can possibly pass. If you decide that you don't want to discriminate against these people, doesn't matter. Our state law indicates that businesses can discriminate against them anyway. That's what his law is.
So to summarize, he big-footed the local laws by saying, my state law trumps your local law, man.
That's exactly
so I'm
right.
not going to let you be decent to those human beings.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to legislate to make sure that you discriminate against them. Then when the federal government Bigfoots him, he goes, I can't believe they Bigfooted me.
That's right.
I can't believe it. No, the local laws should apply. I mean, I don't mean the local laws. I mean only my laws.
That's right. I mean, it's hypocrisy at its finest. He thinks that, government should be, the federal government should be as small as possible because he thinks, hey, local governments are better at governing than having the federal government oversee these types of things. Well, what do you think you're doing with your state?
Yep. So exactly right, Anna. Federal government should be tiny, but the state government should be gigantic.
Right.
Right. And let's note for the record how creepy he looks between us in this master graphic.
He looks creepy, and also he's not a very good public speaker. He kind of struggled through that press conference.
Yeah, he did. He kind of had that look the whole time, right? And I like how we're talking about him, and he's like, what